Hey guys, so this is I decided to refilm this video as there was a lot that I said in the other video that was sort of mean. And I'm not trying to come off as mean. I'm here to talk about the drama of India Farah and James Charles. Now, here's the thing. It's Jefree Star, not James Charles. Sorry. I will always have respect for India Farah. She was the first one that ever DM'd me. I feel like she is getting a lot of hate for stuff that was really beyond her control, the editing. However, there is some stuff that I'm going to say in this video that makes me look like I don't have respect for either of Jefree or India. That is not the case. So, let's start with Jefree. Now, I know that Jefree Star has gained his money and wealth through working. Now, whether it was honest work, I don't know, but we don't judge here, okay? If he did it in the red light district, so be it. That is what he did. He is not ashamed of it, obviously, but that is, go you got money. I would never shame somebody for being like that. That's not who I am. I liked watching Jefree when he was doing makeup reviews and, dragging the Nickelodeon palette, the pizza palettes, dollar store, because, everybody's gone to the dollar store. Everybody's, bought makeup. No, not everybody's bought makeup at the dollar store. But, you've seen the makeup at a dollar store. I mean, I just wanted to see what looks he could turn with products that we use every day. But one thing I could never really get over was the bragging. He would brag constantly about his wealth, constantly about, we're going to take an Hermes spoon here and eat some frosting. Now, frankly, that frosting was not expensive. That was medium frosting. But it was stuff that I could never have, and he got it through the means of working. And I was sitting there at the time without a job going, man, all he has to do is click his finger and all of a sudden there's a Red Bull in his hand. That's amazing. But he gained that money through work. So I'm not disrespecting the hustle that he had to go through to get his money and fame and fortune. Now, I don't know if Jefree is identifying as a male, female. I'm saying he, gender dysphoria is not okay. It's okay. But if Jefree were to identify as a female, I am sorry in advance. If he identifies as a they, if he is non-binary, I apologize in advance. Honestly, this is not well researched. It's well researched on the drama, but I did not go fully into Jefree Star's backstory before recording this video. So I am completely sorry, Jefree, if I used the wrong pronouns. Let's just get into it. So, Jefree Star, India Farah. Let's talk more about Jefree. We'll get into India because we kind of already talked about India. Jefree introduced Shane Dawson into his channel about mid-2018, 2019. Now, Shane had been doing videos that were not really that well received by fans, but at the same time, people were still watching. I loved Shane because he was the Duke of the old YouTube. The prince of the old YouTube was, I don't really know, probably the guy from WatchMojo.com. But the king of YouTube, of course, was PewDiePie. And of course, Markiplier was in there somewhere, as was Jacksepticeye. But Shane was the Duke of YouTube. He could do, well, he did wrong. But it was before everybody was getting offended. There were people who were getting offended and there were hate comments, but usually his videos were well received. After watching his videos with Shanae and stuff, no. Looking back at it now, I'm like, yeah, that was a weird time in the life. Blackface, saying the N-word, other stuff that I won't get into, yeah. But as a kid, I thought it was freaking hilarious. My closeted gay ass was going, wow, I could dress up as a woman and be funny. That's a foreign concept. So the entire time when I'm watching his videos, you know, I loved his conspiracy theory videos. I loved him doing serial killer things, blowing shit up in a microwave, burning things. Like, and this was 2016 that he was doing all of this stuff, because that was the year of the flaming knife videos. So, honestly, it was really funny, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed when he was doing challenges with Drew and Garrett, who Garrett and Ryland can do no wrong. I love them both. But then he started doing other stuff. Now, not the stuff with Molly Burke. Obviously, Molly is one of the highlights of the community. I love her. I respect her. I don't really watch her that much anymore, but I respect her as a YouTuber, and I respect what she has gone through as a person who cannot see, who is blind, vision impaired. So, you know, I respected them doing that, but then they started doing more challenges and more stuff that I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. We've seen it got to a point where, like, buying a car, that guy's not a hater. He's just a normal person now. He's not a hater. If he's spending that much time with you, obviously he doesn't hate you. Either that or you just have him bound by a contract, but I don't think that was the case. So, I just stopped watching. When he came out with his conspiracy theory, docu-series, I was like, oh great, we're getting this back. It was only 2 episodes and then nothing. And half the time, they were listening to JoJo Siwa. So, I was like, okay, well, now what? Well, now they're going to do videos on TanaCon, which I feel was in 2017, though it may have been 2018. That was rough, especially when, you know, it was your best friend and he had to confront her and go, that was not okay. And meanwhile, Tana's crying, and I'm like, you're getting what you deserve, girl. Sorry to say it, you got banned from VidCon and you're just gonna create TanaCon? That's not okay, and the fact that thousands of people were there and nobody did anything of anything. You didn't have proper security, and you can't blame it on the guy who was running the whole thing. You can blame him for a little bit of it, but the fact that you weren't well prepared and you didn't do your research, or at least talk to a YouTube representative about what made VidCon so successful, that's fucked up. The fact that you would fuck over thousands of people. And Shane did follow-up videos, all these videos about TanaCon, and it was really good. He also did the Jake Paul stuff, because they were really popular, remember them? Which I haven't heard a lot about Jake Paul now, because he's kind of gone off the grid, because of, you know, Jake and Logan Paul being asshats, and Team 10 just being fucking gross and awful. Shane then did a docu-series on Jeffree Star. And through that series, it wasn't the shade and the mystery and stuff. No, he just did videos with the guy. And I'm like, that negates the purpose of being a docu-series about Jeffree Star and about what's the mystery, how did he become so successful. Because honestly, that's still a mystery to this day. Jeffree will tell you one thing that may be true, but since there's no evidence to back it up, we never know. And I'm not calling Jeffree Star a liar. I'm just saying, stuff. I don't trust everything that comes out of everybody's mouth anymore, especially in the beauty community. There's only one beauty influencer that I will watch that brings a smile to my face, and that is Nikki Tutorials. Patrick Star kind of too, because Safia Nygaard stands him, and I really enjoy Safia's videos. Patrick and Nikki I really do enjoy. Patrick not as much, mostly because I just haven't gotten into him. I watched the Rainbow Drag series, and it was fun, but I haven't really gotten into the just Patrick Starr's brand. Nikki, on the other hand, I really enjoy. So, of course, the Jefree, Tati, Westbrook, and Shane Dawson drama comes about, which I think it was Reality Exon, who does Dance Moms videos, that just described him talking to a wall for like 30 minutes. That live stream was real messy. It was more messy than Charlie D'Amelio's live stream. Because Charlie knew what she was going to say. That was not a good place to do a reaction video. A reaction video is not a live stream. You need to watch the video and then react to it. I know that totally negates the purpose of a reaction video, but especially with that type of video, watch it and then don't comment on it if you're going to comment something bad. What he did was comment something bad, and honestly, that was where I was kind of like, okay, Shane, no. And Ryland's telling you to stop, and you keep on digging yourself into a hole. And of course, Jefree has commented on it, and Reality Exon made another video. And I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. But honestly, the drama has kind of simmered down a little bit. Jefree commented on it, Tati commented on it, Shane commented on it, but Shane has not been in the spotlight anymore. In fact, honestly, good. He doesn't need to be in the spotlight. The more he would be in the spotlight, the more drama would surface, and I honestly don't want that for anybody. I would want a clean slate for Shane, though I know that's never going to happen. Anyway, beauty influencers inviting drag queens onto their channels to do makeup tutorials is nothing new. Plastique Tiara, Trixie Mattel, they've all worked with James Charles, Jeffree Star, Nikki Tutorials, Crystal Method, Gigi Good, and I never really like those videos because they just don't infatuate me. I like when Nikki does her own makeup. I like when Jeffree does his own makeup. I love when James does his own makeup. Trixie Mattel has a YouTube channel now, and she does her own makeup. So, and Jada's done some videos too. But I don't really care that much. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. I mean, they're only the popular drag queens. You're not over there saying Phoenix making over Nikki Tutorials, though if she did, that would be stunning. Vivacious making over Jeffree Star. If she did, that would be really funny, because these queens don't have that much time in the spotlight. And I know All-Star 6 is coming about, and Ginger Minge, I'm betting you money, is not going to be on one of those things going, now we're going to make over your face, and then we're going to make over this. Are you okay with that? And James being like, work, bitch, yes. Like, I don't think that Ginger would even do that. I don't know how many on the All-Stars 6 cast would even do that. But, honestly, because usually it's the younger queens. Now, Jefree releases an India Farah video where he's getting made over by India Farah. And India Farah is a controversial queen on All Stars 5, so obviously a lot of hate comments are going to surface. Now, we talked about this in our India Farah video about how she lied, about this, about that. What I think people need to realize is that they're both drama people who just shared tea, and that tea may not be warm. It may be like expired tea that we don't really need to talk about. The only reason I would watch it and have watched it would be because of the makeup. Just some of the stuff that people have been saying about Jefree. I understand that a lot of people are just jealous of him. But no one should receive death threats. This is the third video in a row, actually, that will include a trigger warning because I keep on saying death threats. No one deserves that. And the amount of disrespect India Farah has gotten because of All Stars 5. Now, that would be a reason not to go on All Stars at all. You know, you've just come off of your run of season whatever, and you get invited back for All Stars. Why don't you want to go on, Jacob? Well, because I know the fans don't like me. So when Silky shows up, when Raja shows up, when people who are controversial show up on All Stars 6, I don't want to see any hate comments because I don't care. And frankly, you're jealous of them because they have what you don't have. Even if you hate their guts, they are better than you in every single way, and you know it. In some way or another, not in every single way. One of you might be able to play the flute better than Silky can, because I don't know if Silky can play the flute. But the point is that when India Farah got on All Stars 5, yes, she caused some controversy. Yes, Alexis Mateo is still mad at her, would not blame her a bit, would not blame her or Derek a bit hating India, because India did stuff like that. But that is their burden to bear. I don't want Jimmy Smith getting involved in the India Farah drama because he just had to comment that India Farah should go off herself because of what she did to Alexis. It was a TV show. It was a tactic. Alexis was not going to last that long anyway, and definitely was not going to win or be in the top 3. I knew that. I knew that just by looking at the lineup. I knew who the top 3 was going to be because those were the ones that were winning. Now, would have Alexis made the top 4? Debatable. Honestly, it would have come down to either her or Blair again, and I think that Blair would have still made the top 4 other than Alexis. India was just trying to save herself, for once. Well, actually, for the 4th time in a row. Fifth time in a row, excuse me. So, honestly, she saw Alexis's competition and knew that Alexis had voted for Shay as well as Mayhem, but Mayhem's not there anymore. And Shay's the top All-Star of the week, so why not try to get her out? But at the same time, India Farah did not realize that, well, they didn't care. Shay still sent her home. Alexis was still there for an episode, but they still talked about India after she left. They still had her in the back of their mind, and that's why Alexis lost. It was because of India. And I'm not blaming India because of that. She did what she knew was a tactic, but if it was me, I would have probably gone for Blair. I would have done an Alyssa Edwards impersonation, and I would have done, who do you think deserves to go home on this day? Think about it. Who did better at Snatch Game? Alexis. Who has won a challenger? Me, you, Cracker, and Jujubee. Top 4 right there. Alexis, don't need her. But I'd still like to keep her because she did well at Snatch Game. Blair, see you later. I would have gone for Blair because Blair honestly did not. Honestly, the only reason that they would have kept India was because she had won a challenge. That would have been the only reason, and that's the reason that they had been keeping her. But to go for Alexis and sort of lie and edge around, I would have just said the truth. Alexis, or even with Shay, if I had voted for Shay, I found you as competition. Now, I don't want you to get mad at me because I voted for you, but I did not want to vote for Mariah, and I did not want to vote for India because I had respect for India, and Mariah, I just saw you as more competition than Mariah. And the fact that you, if we had voted you out, I would be, more likely to win. Now, that doesn't mean I hate you, but, yada, yada, yada. Instead, India tries to make up this whole entire thing about how they told her to vote for Shay. When in all actuality, no, they didn't. She voted for Mariah. And, Alexis voted for Shay because those were her season 3 sisters on either side. And Mayhem already had an alliance with India. Excuse me. Seashell. My cat just got a random burst of energy. Come here. Come here. You want to talk about India? No, she doesn't want to talk about India Farah and Jefree Star. But, Mariah, she respected because that's part of her clan. So, in conclusion of these two, overlooking these two, both of them are problematic, and both of them sort of complement each other when it comes to working together. So now, what do we know? Well, now, the views aren't coming in on the Jefree Star India Farah video. Jefree, honestly, that doesn't hurt Jefree. India, it doesn't hurt India either. What's going to hurt them is the backlash. So what I want you to do is stop the backlash. Or, like Trisha Paytas has said, feel it constructively. Constructive criticism is the best type of backlash that you can get. Because it goes, listen, this was not the right move because India Farah is not that popular at the moment. Honestly, we would have loved to see you do something with Jujubee. Jujubee is yada yada yada. She was a fan favorite. Maybe something having to do with Mariah or Ongina. Bring Ongina into the spotlight. India Farah was just not the right move. And Jefree could have commented, thank you very much. I know that, but I wanted to film with India just because, she's really fun, and I felt like we had a good chemistry. And India could have commented too and gone, yeah, I liked filming with Jefree because yada yada yada. Constructive criticism, again, you don't have to like Jefree or India at all. Just go, this wasn't the right move, and here's why. That would be a lot better than the downfall of Jefree Star. I know, I don't really like Jefree Star either, but I would not want to, well, I just said. I'm not going to take it back, but I would phrase the thing I don't like Jefree Star with. Jefree Star, some things he could do better. Stop flaunting the wealth. We know that he is wealthy, and there is a time and place to flaunt the wealth. It's just, for some of us, it is very triggering because we have not had a chance to get that wealthy through your means, through social media and through working and all of that. Now, some other stuff that Jefree has done, like just being really rude to his fans, he doesn't deserve a death threat. It's demonetized. But it is very, very likely that there would be a lot of, you don't know, like, screw you, Jefree. And to that I have to say, Jefree, your fans are counting on you to be a role model. I understand you have all this wealth. I understand yada yada yada. You're rich, and you are very, you have your own agenda. Your fans are reaching out to you because they adore you. Take that as leverage to respond with kindness, not with ego. Because if you respond with ego, that makes less and less fans respond to you. Or more and more fans who don't like you respond to you. And then you get involved in drama. And to India, I would just like to say, I understand All Stars 5 was a TV show, and I understand there are a bunch of people still mad at you, yada yada yada. This was not the best move, especially with somebody as controversial as Jeffree Star is at the moment. Especially coming off of the Toddy Westbrook, Shane Dawson scandal. I really don't think that was the right move to just film a video with him. I feel like you needed to have rethought who you were doing the video with. If Nikki Tutorials had asked you to do it. Because Nikki knows what she's doing and knows what she's talking about. I would rather see you succeed than start to decline in popularity because of bad choices. So I love you guys. Thank you very much. Comment down below what other drama you would like me to get into. Bye, guys.